Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
Thank you for joining us. Hey, so what's been happening with, Columbia? UCLA, there were riots. They broke them up. It was like professional stuff.
They're getting tough. They're getting tough on these, and I say students. They're not real. Most of these, I think, these hellraisers are not students. They're people that have been brought in. They've been paid to do this. You know, I mean, it's either you're living in your parents' basement, or somebody offers you $1,000 to come and riot and destroy property on a college university, which is probably the closest you've ever been to a college university. So yeah, I say take the $1,000 and let's go break some glass and break some windows and rough up some students.
Some journalists.
These people need to be thrown in jail.
A journalist cornered an agitator, protester at Columbia, and said, "Why? What's going on? What's happening?" "Well, we're starving. They need to bring us food. We're on meal plans. Just give us a glass of water, right?" Come on, man. The Revolutionaries playbook says bring munchies with you every time.
Yeah, what was that thing up in Seattle? Wasn't it Seattle or Portland where they had that town, right? They had that city.
Seattle?
Yeah,
no,
that was the
Chaz,
Summer of Love. Chaz, yeah, they had that city, and
yeah.
It says, just let's open up a Chaz on Columbia's campus or UCLA or
they
whatever.
Said,
but they're cracking. They're cracking
Columbia
down on these
said
guys.
Don't, and then they had to turn to the Trump approach, gather them all up and get them out. Okay, on to our segment. With the presidential election now 6 months away, the Biden-Harris Idiocracy is saying and doing some tough things about China. Finally. Biden signed into law that $95 billion aid deal for Ukraine and Israel, which included the forced sale of Chinese-owned TikTok and legislation to fund aid to Taiwan. What did you think China thought about that Taiwan deal?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be very happy. No. Yeah.
This goes against the One China doctrine. Chinese officials now threaten to take resolute steps against Taiwan and the United States. Resolute.
Great.
Okay, so recently Christopher Wray, the FBI director, said at a summit on modern conflict and emerging threats, like he knows what conflict is.
I was going to say, he's finally trying to do his job here. Wow.
At Vanderbilt, that Chinese government-linked hackers have burrowed into critical U.S. infrastructure and are waiting for just the right moment to deal a devastating blow to America. Just the right moment? I mean, can you give us a little bit more? Why is he talking about this now?
Taking some heat off.
Sure would help Slow-Mo Joe if Haxers bollocks the electrical grid the day before elections in November. Wouldn't that help him?
Well, I don't know.
I think it would.
Yeah.
Allow more time to get ballot harvesting. Or just before China invaded Taiwan. Wouldn't that be helpful? I thought strategists run war games like this all of the time. I wonder why Wray is fretting about this now.
Somebody's brought it to his attention, obviously.
One of the aides did, right? Why did Antony Blinken announce that there are now well more than 250,000 Chinese students in the U.S., but only 900 American students in China? Why do you think he did that? I mean,
that just doesn't seem right compared to that last segment we did with the 200,000 illegal immigrants that have coming in by plane.
Yeah.
They need to...
Nothing mentioned about the military-aged Chinese males illegally crossing the U.S. border. But students... Didn't Biden let the Chinese spy balloon leisurely traverse across America, right over missile silos and forts and air bases, and not do anything until it was over the Atlantic? Kind of a pacifist stance.
I remember that.
I got to pay you back for the millions you gave my son.
Yeah, maybe that was more than one balloon. We don't know for sure, right?
Yeah, because there was different balloons at different times. Didn't Biden accuse former President Trump of xenophobia during COVID because Trump said it was the China virus? Remember he said that?
Oh, yeah. But
then Biden has government agencies force social media to censor the origin of the COVID virus. Time out. Scott, isn't China supplying Russia with military parts that are keeping Russia's brutal invasion of Ukraine going forward?
I believe so.
Scott, isn't China selling chemicals to Mexican cartels that are sending massive amounts of fentanyl across the U.S. border?
Killing thousands of people.
More people dead than the Vietnam War. Probably more than the Civil War. So again, why so tough on China all of a sudden? Biden administration, the Idiocracy, clearly wants to distract American voters with a foreign threat. If private and state utilities all agree that a threat against the grid is real, would they give computer systems access to the FBI?
Well, that they're giving away other things to the FBI. So
doesn't California now give your tax income data to SoCal Edison and PG&E to tack on that income-driven electric bill tax?
Yeah, we're gonna be taxed whether we use power or not.
So now they're exchanging. Now FBI has your tax return info. Well, the IRS already has that, Steve. Yeah.
Could they have? Yeah,
but not the FBI. More access to your data, more control of corporations, distract from the Idiocracy's failures to fear you into submission. Do I sound paranoid?
Paranoid, but frankly, rightfully so.
So what do you think
This is crazy.
What do you think would happen if hackers shut down most of our grids? I mean, like on the left and east coast.
Well, I don't remember if we talked about that off the air or on the air, but if you think about it, if the power went down, you won't be able to get fuel.
Right here, especially up here because of the Cone Pass.
Right.
You did mention that.
But I mean, fuel. When you go to a gas station, fuel is pumped electronically. Right? That shuts down. I don't know if they. I don't know if they can override that and do it manually.
Something.
Yeah, that would be
get
tough.
into the tank and hand pump it out.
Yeah, and how would they measure that? You'd have to put it in a container to measure it first, and then, like the old days, and they used to pump it up into the 5-gallon container at the top of the pump, and then with gravity flow into the car.
Oh,
that was a long time ago.
That was like right after the talkies, right?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Grocery stores, everything's done electronically.
Yeah, there's no more. Remember the card swipe? No more.
Yeah, a lot of stuff isn't even labeled with pricing. So how would they know?
Right. It's just
and that's just groceries and fuel. I mean, almost everything, if you think about it, is done electronically. We'd be in deep doo-doo. Things would shut down, definitely, until we could figure out a backup system.
Preppers, if you are out there, get ready. Get ready with water, with gasoline cans, with food, especially if you're up here in the high desert.
Yeah, because we could be shut off. Yeah. I mean, we just had some advice last Sunday, right? From getting a little bit of food, just simple food like rice or
wheat,
rolled oats or wheat or something,
oats,
something that you could
easily
you can keep and you can heat up and it'll fill you up.
Last forever. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll fill you up.
Canned butter.
Yeah, salt.
Yeah, salt.
We need to be prepared. Yeah,
that could be a commodity.
And then again, you got to think about things to barter with too.
Like whiskey.
Whatever,
vodka,
things you would not normally have in your home, you can barter because people will want it and they'll trade. So, anyway.
Yeah. So they say the threat's real. So we'll see. We got 6 months, and that's when I would do it, leading up to the elections and cause all this chaos. And then, if you've got a transition of a presidency, why not invade Taiwan? Because this transition is going on, you wouldn't have cogent orders about what to do, between November and January when,
Again, how does our military run their surveillance and their flights?
Over the horizon. That's what Biden said, over the horizon.
Right, yeah. But it takes a little power, I think, to do that, does it not?
Yeah.
Was that a couple of years ago that the whole West Coast or East Coast was shut down? Pipeline was shut down because they had a power outage there.
Yeah, I remember
and I think something similar like that happened up in...
like in the summer months. They weren't having fun.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's a real deal. It could happen. So, I'm not telling you to go out and store gasoline in your garage, but,
Might be prudent to have 6 months food storage.
Have a few, some food storage, water, something to get you by, a good bicycle. Not an e-bike. Because you won't be able to charge it. And no offense, e-cars, what are you going to do?
Solar.
I guess. You have to charge it with solar. So
All right, folks. We appreciate you joining us. We'll see you around.
No paranoia here. Just prepared. Have a good day.